Hey there! Welcome to Mike's Mail, episode 12. We're at 12. And I'm going to call this show the Complete Barry Blanchard Show. And I'm really pimping Barry because he's famous, right? In actual fact, I saw Barry for a little bit at the Banff Film Festival this fall, and I tried to weasel his movie rights out of his upcoming book. Barry's got a life story book thing going on, I would think. It's about his life story. I don't know what else he'd write about. But he wasn't, $50 wasn't enough. Anyhow, this episode, I'm going to answer one mail question, and then let's look at a few films that we did during the workshops at the Banff Mountain Film Festival. This question, well, is self-explanatory. Philip Harris from Mexico, I believe, asked about a bowline to tie in with or a retied figure of 8. What do I do and why? All right, let's take a look at Philip's question.
Hola from Mexico. I have a question for you. A friend of mine who is into alpine climbing ties into the rope with a bowline because, or so he says, it's easier to untie after you take a big fall, even with gloves or cold hands. My question is, how do you feel about tying in with a bowline? I've seen people in YouTube warning others about the Yosemite Bowline. Is it safe to do it any other way? Is it worth the risk?
But the bowline is kind of not where you can pull on it and pull on it and pull on it. Like you could drag a snowboarder 20 miles with one of these things, and then you could come back, take it apart, bang, and there would be no tension to it whatsoever. It's a very, very useful knot in mountaineering. What makes it useful for a lot of applications also makes it not very useful for some things like tying into your harness, right? Now, I don't want to ever see you folks doing that. Some people do, and that's Darwinism at its finest as far as I'm concerned. Okay, Philip, just to make a long story short, here's my advice. Just don't do it. Tie in with a figure 8. The actual fact that you have to ask tells me that maybe a figure 8 is a better choice for you. And the reason for that is just that it's easier to inspect and it's easier for other people to inspect. Your friend, his reasoning isn't really all that valid. It's just something, he's hanging out with sport climbers and he's just rock climbing. But I have never ever seen a figure 8 get so tight that you couldn't undo it with your hands. And who wants a knot you can undo easily anyhow, right? So let's move on to this first film. And these guys are, I've been to some cold places in my life, right? I was raised in the Yukon Territory, and when it got crowded there, people moved 30 miles away. My dad moved to the Northwest Territories, where there wasn't anybody back in the 60s and 70s. So I have a pretty good idea what cold is, and this one had a special, this little flick that we're going to see had kind of a special meaning for me. But not in the way that it's insinuating, okay? So let's have a look at it.
Austin, you're on belay! Come on, you got it. You! Austin, you got a little snow coming down, man. Yeah, dude.
you.
Rough night, man.
So the judges on this one, kind of out of the 5 films that we submitted during our workshop period, didn't give this one as good a rating as I believed it should have had because of the technical qualities of it and the qualities of the filming. Because it was based on the winner would have to be, or the winner films were going to be shown at the film festival. And they didn't like the subject matter. And in a way, that's a lot of what I don't like about the Banff Mountain Film Festival, is I think the judges are skewed to the point of thinking more in the terms of what would the audience like to see, how would we like to present ourselves, rather than on the true quality of the films themselves. So that's just my observation, my opinion, nothing else. All right, so the second one is called The Chase. This one was judged number 2, and it's pretty good. But it has our illustrious Barry Blanchard in it, and he has a major scene and role. Barry was available talent during the workshop, and let's have a look at Barry's little...
Such a beautiful body, now you're looking fine. The way you walk and the way you move is party time. Everybody's looking at you, it makes you smile. You got the look and you know it, you don't have to try.
Good morning, I'm Terry O'Toole, and I've traveled thousands of miles from Cape Town to P-Town. And we're here in Banff now to interview legendary juggler Barry Blackheart. Let's go.
You walk and the way you move is party time. Everybody's looking at you, it makes you smile. You got the...
All right, it's great to have you here, Bear. Great to have you. So we're here with Swiss Alpine juggler Barry Blackheart. Barry, tell me a little bit about yourself and your juggling.
My name's Barry Blanchard, and I'm a mountain guide, and I do work in the Alpine, but I don't do much juggling up in the Alpine. I'm a mountain guide and a climber.
Sorry, I'm a little out of it, Bear. I was scuba diving in a pool full of cocaine last night. So remind me again, I kind of forgot. Who are you?
Barry Blanchard.
Barry Blackheart. All right, well, Barry, we have some climbing gear here. I'm a little bit of a novice, and I want you to walk me through what you guys use on a day-to-day basis to save lives and be heroes.
Oh, okay. Some ice screws are good to have to put in the ice.
So let me get this straight. You screw the ice?
We do. We screw the ice. That's exactly right. We put this into a little hole in the ice and make the hole bigger.
Barry, that's disgusting.
Well, you know, it's part of being secure. So
I suppose it
safety,
is.
It's safe. It's safe screwing. It's safe screwing. It makes you safe. Yeah. Crampons. These are racks of spikes that we strap on to our boots. They're strap-ons.
I was unaware that climbers use strap-ons. I love strap-ons. Doesn't matter what season. We have so much in common. This is crazy.
Yeah. Well,
So-
you're not fidgeting in your chair as much.
We did our homework, and we hear you had a crazy encounter with a grizzly bear. We think it'd be cool for the viewers if you could take us there. So I'm going to be the bear, and you're going to be the berry. Take me there, bear. Barry! Barry, come back, Barry! Barry!
Well, did that ever go great? I don't know why Barry was running away. I wanted him to hang on. Maybe I was coming on too strong. Maybe loving him up a little bit too much. But Terry O'Toole loves the chase.
So that was the chase, loving it up. This last one is Mr. Blanchard, who has that voice of his, you know. He's doing the voiceover for this film, and this film is carrying a very traditional, well done, if not overdone, sort of subject, and they're managing it quite well, and I think I really like it. So let's listen to Barry, and then I'll talk to you right after this flick is done.
Across the vast glacial plains of North America rises one of the most breathtaking features of the world, the Great Canadian Rockies. From the barren lakes to the sweeping plains rises the majestic slabs of rock, reaching to the vast expanses of the indigo sky. The wildlife roam the rugged terrain with confidence and curiosity. This is the story of our man as he faces the challenges and trepidation of ascending the summit of these outstanding crags. Once psychologically prepared to begin his epic journey to the remote regions of the heights, our man must make his preparatory ablations. The body is prepared in stages. Each appendage is carefully considered. The feet are first, compressed and secured into the best of boots. The shoes are put on carefully, toes in first, heels adjusted, foot pushed to the nether reaches of the protective covering. The head is protected from brain injury through cascading rocks and pelleting shale by the hard crust of the helmet. This is a solitary journey, and without aid, our man begins the trek. Our man faces the mountain with both joy and trepidation. It is a daunting task, and he must know he is capable both mentally and physically. He centers himself before this behemoth task. Each move is carefully thought out. It starts with one small step at a time. Each movement is critical. His life depends on it. He reminisces to the sacred things in his life, his family, his friends, his sparse possessions, but he is determined to continue to achieve greatness. The fingers and then the hands seek each crucial hole, each move calculated. The body wraps itself to the slate, each muscle and sinew reaching to its fullest capacity, stretching to extreme, pulled like a primeval cat against the slate face. With every move, he sends his body the message to hang on. Our man is challenged, but the end is close. He feels the excitement and the tension. The goal is near. Peacefully coexisting with nature, the sense of exhilaration is overwhelming.
All right. Well, thank you, folks. It's just, I know this is a little different from what we usually do. I usually answer more questions, and I am going to next week. That's right. You heard me. Next week. I know I can be have long gaps, but spring is here. Winter is hard for me. You know, I gotta get down and put the crop in, put in the winter wheat. So see you, and just, you know, in case you've forgotten, remember that my life is better than your vacation. Bye.